You can turn it from pretty much anywhere. The board just floats from one side to the other so easily and so effortlessly that it's just really fun to ride.
So I wanted to go over the TJ Hull. Can you tell me why you decided to make this model? What the model is for, what type of waves it's for, and surfing, what kind of surfing it's for, and what fins are you using on it?
Yep. So basically, the Hull Rider is a super user-friendly board. It's something that, compared to the other boards in my range, it has more volume. It's got a thicker center point. It's easier to paddle. It kind of came about as Dan made this board, and I tried it, and I took it to Bell's Beach with me 3 years ago, and I was like, dude, this thing's insane. Like, it's really effortless to ride, and having that sort of gentle hull bottom to it just allows the user to feel super connected and in control. Like, I felt like no matter what I was doing, I had complete control over this board. There was no variables. As soon as I leaned on my toe edge, it would grab and start to gravitate that way. As soon as I leaned on my heels, it would transfer really easy to that edge. It just felt effortless to me, and it felt so smooth that I had this feeling of being so connected to my equipment that I got really excited with it. I was like, man, this feels amazing. Like, just the feel, the sensation of riding it felt really good. So that's kind of what spurred it into becoming a model, and just as someone who likes sensations out of different boards and gets to ride a million different things, when something catches my attention and it's like, man, this thing just feels good. That to me was like that moment of, dude, I would love to be able to put this to other people and let them feel that sensation that I'm feeling.
So a couple things that you said, you were saying that when you turn and you lean into the turn, it turns really easy. Is this from all the way on the tail, or is this a little bit like aft of center?
You can turn it from pretty much anywhere. It's like mid-board, it'll roll because of that roll bottom. It rolls really nice and smooth from rail to rail. And then when you step back on the tail, it's still got a hard edge. So you can really like dig in when you want to dig in and push hard. But for the most part, like just that light little bit of pressure change from toe to heel, the board just floats from one side to the other so easily and so effortlessly that it's just really fun to ride.
Yeah. So for people that don't know, what is a hull bottom?
So a hull bottom is basically a little bit of a roll, right? So like a traditional hull would be quite a bit of a rolled bottom. This hull just has a gentle roll. So it doesn't have that like super stuck feeling that hulls can have. It just has a gentle one, which just allows you to go from side to side super easy.
So it's more of a convex on the bottom, right?
Exactly, a convex. And then the Hull Rider, this one also has a teardrop concave cut out of that convex in the nose.
Oh, interesting.
Which just decreases a little bit of nose weight up there. And it also helps get a little bit of lift under the nose. So if you had just a whole bottom in the nose, it kind of push water. When you cut that out, it tends to let a little bit of air under there and just trim over the top of like chops a little bit better.
So that means you can nose ride this thing too?
Yeah, for sure. Super easy to nose ride. And it's got a fuller nose outline, more of a pulled in sort of teardroppy outline as well, which gives you more stability up the front. So as you're sort of mid-board forward, you have a ton of stability and it's just really easy to ride. And then as you step back on the tail, you get a little bit more of that sort of playfulness that you want standing on the tail.
So is it more like a pig shape where it's kind of, oh no, the pig shape.
Kind of the opposite almost, like pigs would generally have a wider butt on them.
Yeah.
And this one, the wide point just looks visually like it's pushed a little bit further forward.
Okay, yeah, I got that wrong.
Which is that's just stability. So when you're paddling, it's way easier to paddle. And also when you're trying to cross step or just sort of trimming up towards that midpoint and beyond on the board, it just has so much stability. It's really easy to walk on.
Yeah, I got the term wrong. I had it backwards in my head.
It's just upside down.
So is it like a teardrop concave?
Yeah, it's got a full like cutout teardrop concave in the bottom.
Wow.
Yeah, which is really cool.
Does it gradually just go into the bottom, or is it like a Nueva teardrop where concave where it's like really pronounced underneath?
Yeah, it's not super pronounced. It's like kind of a gentle one. You can see it. Like if you put the board over in the light, you can definitely see that concave. Oh. But it's not like a drastic Nueva nose rider where it's super deep. It's pretty gentle, so the water flows nice and evenly over it.
Oh. So then it goes into a rounded bottom, and then does it go flat out the tail?
A little bit of V, like
Oh,
flatter,
okay.
but I wouldn't say flat. It keeps that sort of rolled whole bottom in there, just
Yeah,
so
that,
that it's eased from rail to rail, but it has that hard edge. So it goes flatter because you're dealing with the hard edge.
yeah.
So you don't really roll to a hard edge. You kind of have a flat to a hard edge, but it's still there.
Wow. So it's a V off the tail. That's interesting.
Just a light, like super light. Like you
Yeah,
can only see
yeah.
it if you put like a flat level on there and feel it. And it's got a little bit of a tip to it, but not much. Pretty flat.
And then the tail is what? Oh, let me look at this.
Tail is like a rounded pintail.
Oh, interesting.
Super similar. Dan's rounded pintails are like, I'm an addict for those things. Those
Yeah.
things are just something magic about that. So that's incorporated on there too. Just they turn really good. They have enough bite that in a longboard, you're not going to sort of skip out on bottom turns. But they just flow really beautifully from rail to rail and hold in.
Yeah. So it comes in a 90, 93, and a 96, 71, 77, and 80.
Yeah. So
Oh,
you
cool.
compare like the 71 to a TJ Pro. TJ Pro's at 60. You got an extra 10 liters of volume there. That's a pretty big step, but you don't feel it when you pick up the board. It just feels like a nicely balanced board. But as soon as you jump in the water, it's got so much more paddle power.
Wow. So is this a 2+1, right?
It's a 2+1. So I ride the 9.6 as a single fin, and then the 9.3 and the 9.0 I'd ride as a 2+1.
So small to a little bit overhead size waves?
Yeah, just a bit overhead. That whole bottom doesn't like big waves.
Yeah.
So I'd say more like if you're riding like sort of a foot overhead and under waves, it's gonna love it. That's when it comes to life. And sort of that like chest high zone, like that really fun size,
Yeah.
is where the board just like clicks into gear.
So good, nice roll, open face type of waves. It'd be really good, huh?
Totally, like tons of speed and just easy connected feeling. You're in total control. Yeah, it's just a joy. Like I just had a smile on my face from the first time I rode it. Just like kind of do these high line things mid board and get so much speed coming out of it, and then step on the tail and jam your turns. It just feels good.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm excited.
Yeah.
So, and then what kind of construction is this coming in?
This is in the FireWire Longboard Helium construction with that variable stringer, Paulownia wood nose cap, wood rails.
Yeah. So the people that's never heard you talk about the stringer, can you explain what the stringer is and how it's built on the inside, and then the material that it is?
Yeah, for sure. So it's a variable high density foam stringer. And what that means is in the tail, it's got sort of a wider stringer. And then as it comes up to the nose, that stringer narrows. And what that does is that controls the flex in your nose and your tail. So it has a little bit of a stiffer flex in the tail where you're going to be applying more pressure into your turns. So you'll get a quicker response out of it. And then in the nose, it just gives you a little bit more play. So it's a little bit looser feeling up there and you don't have that extra added weight.
Oh. Wow. So does this board have a lot of rocker, or is it pretty flat with a little kick?
It's pretty flat. It's got a little bit of little light flip in the nose just to kind of keep you from nose diving. But what I noticed with that whole design bottom is it doesn't want to nose dive. It's kind of got a little bit of that belly feel, which helps it just sort of grab and just want to pull itself out of sort of nose diving.
Yeah.
Which is super cool because when you push on the edge, it just naturally flows up out of the water.
Oh, it just wants to pop up like a little ball, huh?
Yeah, it just wants to pop up and stay on the surface. It doesn't want to like kind of catch and cavitate down. It wants to just stay on the surface.
Yeah. So when you're getting off a long international flight and you go out and surf, you can still surf and don't feel like a dork.
Totally. Those jelly plane legs don't really affect you, and you just kind of cruise, and it just makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah, I don't know how those guys can do it, man. When you guys get off an international flight and you're like already surfing, I have this, I don't know, I don't feel coordinated. It's like everything is off.
Oh no, I can't. I make sure I arrive like at least a week early because it's taken me a little bit longer to just kind of flow back into it. Like you said, the legs just aren't connected to the brain, or something's not going on right. Yeah, you notice it with everybody. You watch like the first day of warm-ups versus the day before the event. Like there's definitely some adjustments going on.
Yeah. Oh, they look like me surfing, huh?
Yeah, I'm like, oh man, he's having a hard time today. I'm like, oh, he just got off the plane. Of course, yeah.
Yeah. That was the beginning of the Dubai contest. It looks like that, huh? Everybody was struggling.
Oh, totally. And especially there, because you're only getting so many waves a day. Like, gotta like take a couple days to kind of feel out the wave and get your brain on right.
Yeah.
Too many variables there.
So, you know, as you've been testing this and you're in the water and stuff, what is the number one question people are asking you?
A lot of people are just wondering what I'm on because it surfs different than like my performance boards. I think it just has a cooler flow to it and just looks so easy to ride that a lot of people are just like, hey dude, what is that? And I try, sure, go for it. Like it feels effortless, and it looks effortless when you see it ridden. It's just like, oh yeah, you don't have to apply a lot of pressure. Nothing's forced. It's just flowing and just feels like unique and beautiful. And yeah, I just get a ton of people ask me like, what is that?
So
What's
they
the
notice
difference?
your
Why are you riding
different
it?
lines when you're surfing, huh?
Totally different lines, like less like high performance vertical attack, which
Yeah.
I'm kind of more known for, I guess, and more like a drawn out and cruise and trim lines and like just this beautiful flow and effortless feel to it.
Just pure fun.
Just pure fun. It's like it just allows you to surf how you want to surf
Yeah.
and not have to like force things to happen. You can just, the board just lets it happen and it goes at your pace, and it's
So somebody that's a beginner going into a little bit more of an intermediate, this would be perfect for.
perfect board for it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like still allows you with a hard edge to turn and stuff like that, but it has that added volume, easy paddle power, the stability, and just that connected feel. I think a lot of guys have a tendency to get on boards that are maybe a little bit too advanced for them at that stage, and this board just allows you to really like feel it out, feel the board and feel what that board wants to do, and just let it happen. You don't have to force and like overpower the board. You just kind of let it happen, and it still surfs dynamic.
Yeah, I've only ridden a few whole bottom boards, but I noticed that you can, after you beat all the sections and you're like cruising on the inside, it's not even breaking anymore. It's just like a little lump. You can stay on it forever. It seems
Totally. That's like
I'm looking down like, damn, this thing's not even breaking anymore. It's just a little
it just cuts through the water.
Yeah,
it just cuts straight through, and it goes with your paddling too. Like I find I'm less effort to paddle and catch a wave. Once I get a little bit of push behind me, that momentum just carries and it just takes off. I'm into it like it was nothing.
Yeah,
I think that's a really cool piece of that puzzle.
Yeah, there's a guy that came into our shop. We did a review on a board that was a whole bottom. He said that he noticed that he can surf longer hours because he had shoulder problems, and he says it's a lot easier to paddle this board so he can surf longer, even though he has a little bit of a shoulder issue, which was really cool.
Yeah, that's so cool. Anything that's keeping you in the water longer, that's epic.
Well, yeah, if you're at that spot, if you're not at that spot, that's
totally. As long as it's not your home break, you're turning the waves, right?
So when you ride this as a 2+1, what fins are you using?
I'll generally go with like a 7-inch center and 4.25-inch sides. That's just my standard. 2+1 setup. I kind of always run with that. And
are you going with your normal rake fin with the fatter tip, or are you going with the
the normal rake fin with the fatter tip? It just I don't know if it's me personally, not just I'm so used to that fin setup that I don't like to change it. I will put in a smaller side, like a 3.75 side, and like an 8-inch center with a little bit of a thinner tip, just to get a little more twang in it. But generally I find that if I'm riding like the 9.0, I want my standard 2+1 set that I'm consistent with and know. And then as I get into the 9.6, I put like a big power drive or something like that in there. 10-inch, just to sort of have that feel and that flow to it.
So now that we're talking about fins, your regular rake fin compared to most fins have like a thinned out tip, and yours is a lot rounder on the tip, and then it kind of seems like it goes up and then it hooks over. Kind of like a Kolohe Andino fin, where it kind of, I guess,
totally
kind of like that. It kind of hooks over. So if you were to compare your fin in its exact same template to a fin that has a smaller tip, what is the biggest difference that people would notice?
I think you're probably going to notice the hole. Like having that fuller tip at the end of the rake is going to give you more surface area there. So it's going to give you more hold on the nose and more hold through your turn. So less drift and less slide and more stability and more something to push off of.
So a little bit more positive.
Is what I find.
Kind of like riding a skateboard with a little bit tighter trucks.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh.
And I'm a bigger guy who likes to put a little more power into my turns. And I
Yeah.
found that riding boards that had riding fins that had a smaller tip, I would kind of overpower and have like a washy feeling, especially as the waves got bigger and there was more power behind my board. So I wanted something that I could push as hard as I can, and it's not going to ever have that slidey, weird feel to it.
Oh, that's good to know, because people sometimes come in, they're like, "Oh, my fin feels like it's sliding for me." So if they jump onto your fin with the same size, they probably won't feel that slide.
Exactly. It won't feel that slide. And if it does feel that slide, you probably just a little bit far forward
Yeah.
in the fin box and nudge it back a little bit and it'll get rid of it.
Wow, that's good, because we have a lot of people
Yeah.
and they're like, "I want to go up in size," but oh man, that'll be good
You
for.
don't need to go up in size. Don't go up in size. You just
Yeah.
need more surface area, basically.
Oh man, I'm happy.
That's all it
to
is.
know
It's
over
not
that.
necessarily depth of your fin. You know, you don't need to go from like a 7-inch to an 8-inch to get that feel. You just need more surface area in your actual fin so that you have more water to push on.
Eh, right on.
Yeah.
Got some good nuggets, man. Thank you very
Well,
much.
at least that's my mindset.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
works for
no,
me.
it's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good, because yeah, sometimes they'll get too much fin and then now they can't even turn it.
Oh, totally. They're just stuck in it. Yeah. I actually, in my single fins for a long time, I rode like almost a 12-inch fin because I thought that that was the thing. And then I started learning and understanding and diving into it. Was able to drop down to like a 10.5 and still
Yeah.
have the same positive pressure without having that slip and slide.
Oh man, that's so good. See, right on.
There it is.
From all the experience you got, we're learning stuff, so it's good.
Yeah, well, years I've made all the mistakes for years, so now you can skip that part. You get a couple years ahead.
Yeah, for the guys that can't go out there and experiment every day, so it's good. Right on.
Yeah,
Good golden
we do
nugget
it for
right
you.
there. Yeah. All right. Hey, thanks, man. So where are you
Right on,
at
Dave.
right now?
I'm in Australia right now, and yeah, we'll head back to the US in a couple of weeks for the US Open and kick off the tour.
So do you spend more time in Australia, or it's kind of like half and half or something like that?
It's half and half.
Yeah.
It's half and half. It's about 6 months each, or with travel thrown in there in between. But yeah, it's a beautiful part of the world here, so it's always hard to leave. But
Man,
gotta
if
get
I
back
was
to
ever
work.
reincarnated, I want to be your kid.
Well, see, yeah, tell my kids that when they're complaining.
Right on, man. Thank you very much. I
Right on,
appreciate your
Dave.
time.
Of course. Thank you, dude.
All right,
up?
take it easy.
You too.